Hey YouTube, welcome to. I know I'm bad with numbers. Let me check. Okay, 28th tutorial of Java programming. So in the last tutorial, I introduced a concept of index and values, and yeah, something like that, which was kind of confusing. So today we are going to learn like how to work with arrays and make a table and going to do something which will clarify more about the value and index stuff. So let's begin. So first of all, we will need a main method to run our program. So let's make one first. So as you know, public static uh, void main parentheses, and inside this string args square brackets and again a body. So as you know, let's make an array first, again integer array. So one more thing I want to show you, like in the previous tutorial I made an array something like this, and let's make an initialized array. So let's store some values. Looks good. So as you know, this is how we traditionally made an array. So one more thing we can do here in Java, that in place of giving the square brackets next to our data type, we can give the square brackets next to our variable name, and it will work the same. So again, you are free to do whatever you want. You can do it there also, you can do it here, and actually I don't remember how I did in the previous tutorial. So anyway, you can do both. So now that we have our integer array and we have some values in it, and as you know, the array already knows how many values we are storing in it. So let's find a way to see or check about their index and their value. So what I'm going to do is, let's make a heading first, system out print line sorry, and inside this let's write index, and then give us a little space here, so tab backslash tab. So what this backslash t does, it will act as a tab here and give you, I think, 4 spaces. One tab is, I think, near around equal to 4 or 5 spaces. So in spite of pressing or giving those much spaces, I am simply using that tab here. So index, and the second column is going to be value. So this is our heading, and now we are going to print our values here. So we are going to use a for loop, and let's make our counter variable, so integer counter or whatever you want. And basically in computer programming we use I here, so int I. It's not an hard and fast rule, it's just a conventional thing, or keeping things simple, adopted by all the programmers. So we have our initialization, and then we need a condition here. So how do we keep a check that till what number our loop should run? So we basically need to know how much number or elements we have in our array. So in place of manually counting and placing a number here, Java has a very handy inbuilt function here, and for that the keyword is your array name. Wait, let's make a condition first. So I should be less than the array name, then dot, and after that length, and semicolon, and then our increment, which is I plus plus, and our body for loop. So what our array name dot length does is, as I have told you, the array automatically identifies how much values we are storing in it. So by using this keyword here or method, I don't know, it would be safe to say it, but yeah, this thing here, we are basically getting the length of our array. So now if I add one more element here, the Java will automatically identify the length of the array and I don't have to manually change it. So it's a handy thing there. And now we are going to print our values here. So again, system out, and we're going to print line. So print line, and for the index, so one thing you must note that I have initialized, or I am taking the initial value of my counter is equal to 0, and this is because as I have told you that the array begins the index from the 0 itself. So for that we have to keep in mind that we have to take our initial value of counter is equal to 0. So for the index I am going to print counter variable itself, which I have taken I here, and then going to give some space. So again, semicolon backslash t, and then what I am going to do is I am going to write my array name here, square braces, and I, which is our counter, and end it with semicolon. So that's the beauty of the loops, I would say. So now the Java itself will print the value of our array here without any manual input from us. So as the counter will increase, we will get the value of the counter, and it will give us the index here, and it will also tell the our print statement to print the value at that particular index here. So let me show you how it looks. So as you can see, at index 0 we have 23, at index 1 we have value 45, which we can verify from here, correct, and for the last one we have our index is 7 and our value is 34, and in total we have 8 elements in our array. So let's verify the last one, which is 34. So that's how we use arrays in our programming, not just Java. So let me just walk you through again. So we have made an initialized array here. This statement here is just giving a heading to make it look beautiful, I would say. Then we used a for loop and simply print our index and value here. So again, play around with it and see you guys in the next tutorial.